And I dead read all 10 pages, but I promise you, I could read through all of those pages and not know what I just read. I could read everything, but not register what I just read because I was never paying attention to it. They're just words to me. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Jay's Perspective. And today I got a quick video for you guys about why I hate reading. All right. So when I was in elementary school, I want to say like, I don't know, first, second, third grade, around that time, I swear I used to love reading. I swear I used to love reading. I used to tell people I love reading. I don't know what happened at what point in time in school that I was just like, yo, I'm not messing with this anymore. But there became a time when reading started to feel really tedious to me. It felt like a drawn out task. If you ask me to read a page or something or a paragraph or something, you know, that's cool, that's good. But if you ask me to read something that's like 2, 3 pages, much longer and all that, I don't know. It just feels like such a drawn out task that I don't want to do. Now, I'm gonna get straight to the point. My main problem with reading, and you guys could tell me if any of you guys experience this, is that specifically if something doesn't interest you. Let's say if something doesn't interest you, because I know if something really catches your interest, if you're really interested in something, then you're probably gonna read it really well as long as possible without even thinking about it, just because it really catches your interest. Now, one thing about me though, I have like a very short attention span when it comes to certain things. I even have a short attention span when it comes to keeping up with a bunch of TV shows that I think are good, but I don't know. I just can't keep my attention on one thing for too long, whatever. But when I'm reading, if it's not super interesting to me, then let's say you're reading something, you're studying for an exam, whatever the case may be, and you could read the whole page. You read everything, right? Or say one of you asked me to read something out loud to y'all, and I read everything to you exactly as it's stated, and then you ask me to repeat back to you what I read. Not repeat it word for word, not verbatim, but you asked me to tell you what I read, give you a synopsis, give you a summary. And I'm just like, I don't really know what I just read. Because at that point, I could read through a whole thing without ever really grasping the information, grasping what I'm looking at. Like I could just read it and know the words that I'm saying. I could read the words, everything like that. But in terms of grasping what I just read, taking it all in, that information, forget about it, right? And that's not to say I can't remember anything that I read ever, but especially if it's something that I don't find interesting. That was a problem I had when I was in school. When they would tell us to read a book or whatever, I could never, like in English class, just read the book. Because even if I did read the book, say the professor or the teacher tells you, oh, read the chapter 2, whatever, right? Chapter 2 is 10 pages. All right, but I'm reading 10 pages. I go to read chapter 2, and I dead read all 10 pages, but I promise you, I could read through all of those pages and not know what I just read. I could read everything, but not register what I just read because I was never paying attention to it. They're just words to me. They didn't really combine to make the story, if you know what I mean. So one big problem I have with reading that I hate, I could make those 10 pages take an eternity to get through. So if I'm reading a page, say I'm on page 1 or I made it to page 2, right? I'll read a paragraph on that page and then I'll be like, oh crap, wait, hold on. I don't even realize what I just read. I don't know what I just read. All right, let me restart. Now I'll go back to the first sentence. Then I'll reread the whole paragraph again. And I'm like, yo, dang, did I even pay attention to what I just... Because at some point, maybe I'll read the first 1, 2, 3 sentences and I try to tell myself, all right, focus. Like, you got to focus. Pay attention to what you're reading. And then I'll look at it and first 1, 2, 3 sentences, I'm focused and I don't know what happens. Maybe I get around 4 or 5 and I just completely forget. My mind goes elsewhere. I'm still reading, but my mind just goes on to something else. Oh, what workout I'm gonna do for tomorrow? Oh, did I drink my water today? Like just anywhere. My mind will go anywhere while I'm reading the rest of this paragraph. And then it's just like by the time I get to the end of it, I'm just like, dang, I ain't pay attention again. And I could do that and keep repeating that same process with that same paragraph and then keep restarting it over and over. plenty of times, like 10 plus times, whatever, and still never grasp the information. So when it comes to down to why I hate reading and why it would take me so long to read that chapter, because if I really want to grasp the information, I really want to know what I just looked at, I would have to keep going over it over and over and over again, because my attention span, I just don't pay attention to it long enough. I'm always going to start thinking about something else in the middle of the second or third sentence. And that's just how it is for me. So I hate reading primarily because of that. I can't pay attention to what I need to pay attention to for long periods of time. And then I just keep restarting over and over. And that's why I can't really read to study for something. I can't study for something by reading something. I got to do things that are more interactive to help me learn and grasp information. If you just ask me to sit there and read something, you out of luck, bruh. But look, just remember, guys, this is just Jay's perspective. Everything that I say is just what I think. It's just what I do. You don't got to follow it. You do you. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Catch y'all in the next one.